Hey there, painters. I want you to imagine that you've been working tirelessly on a detailed, meticulous painting. Maybe like this one behind me. Or maybe you've been working on a master copy or painstaking value studies over and over for a while to try and build up your skills. After a while, you start to feel the burnout creeping in, and suddenly painting doesn't feel as enjoyable as it has before. Sounds familiar? That's exactly why today I want to talk to you about creating and using painting resets so you can stick with your practice through the highs and the lows so that you can achieve the big goals you have while loving art making the entire time. As I go along, if you realize that you want to apply this kind of proactive approach to loosening up your portrait painting in oil, I have an in-depth masterclass that walks you through exactly how to do this. Check out the link in the description to sign up for free. Diving right in though, let's talk about what a creative reset actually is when it comes to oil painting. Reset paintings are your creative breath of fresh air. They're fun, loose, low stakes pieces that allow you to let go of the pressure and just enjoy the process. These paintings are like a playground for your creativity, where the goal isn't perfection, but pure, unadulterated joy or getting into flow. When I feel drained from a big project, I turn to small portrait pieces for my reset paintings. They help me to focus on capturing the essence of my subject quickly and freely without getting bogged down in the details. This approach is incredibly liberating and often sparks new ideas. Remember, it's about having fun and giving yourself the freedom to explore and to play. When I start working with a new student, one of the first steps that I ask them to take is to reflect on what their reset painting looks like for them. To narrow this down, I suggest that they reflect or even journal about times when they have just felt the most in flow when painting, or like painting was just at its easiest and most enjoyable. For some people, this may be a fun doodle in a sketchbook. For others, it may be doing something like thumbnail color studies, or perhaps even fan art, or pieces you never intend to show to anyone. For me, on this painting, I wanted to take a break from a painting where I had to be perfect to capture a clear likeness. So I decided to focus on a portrait that wasn't meant to look like anyone in particular. I'll show you the reference for it for context, but I wasn't trying to stay beholden to this reference. By the way, this reference is from Howard Lyon's reference packs. All of them are available on his Gumroad, and they are an incredible value. I especially like them for exercises like these, where I don't want to have to work too hard on setting up a reference for myself. I'm not sponsored by Howard or anything like that. I just really appreciate the value that he provides by making these, and I want to pay it forward. You can find links to his reference packs in the description so that you can purchase them for yourself. Now, beyond having a solid reference that requires minimal tinkering, one trick that I find really helpful for a painting like this one is to use larger brushes and limit my color palette. This not only speeds up the process, but it forces me to make bolder, more confident brushstrokes, capturing the spirit of the subject without overthinking every detail. I often draw inspiration from masters like John Singer Sargent and Richard Schmid, who were brilliant at balancing loose, expressive brushwork with stunning realism. Also, don't worry about the outcome. The beauty of reset paintings is in the process itself, not the final product. You'll often find that this freedom leads to unexpected breakthroughs and new directions in your more serious work. But we only get there when we recognize that the objective of this is for us to have a good time. The objective isn't in the final outcome on the canvas. All right. Thank you for joining me on this little reset painting journey. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on how to loosen up your painting style without sacrificing realism, don't forget to check out my masterclass in the description. And if you're serious about getting structured start to finish guidance to help you paint with confidence and joy, check out that mentorship program linked in the description as well. I know I got a huge boost out of this little painting exercise. It was really fun, and it was honestly just the antidote that I needed after a more in-depth, let's be honest, laborious big portrait project. So I really can't wait to hear all about what your reset activities look like. Please share them in the comments and take inspiration from one another. At the end of the day, if you are enjoying your painting practice enough to where you are always motivated to get into the studio, that is what's going to allow you to make the really big leaps forward in your practice, because you're staying slow and steady, essentially. All right, until next time, happy painting.